What's the impact of Fangio going there?
I absolutely love it. I mean, Mina talked about it yesterday, and what Fangio is going to do is not allow you to have explosive plays.
Yes.
That's his MO. Like, he's going to keep top down and play well. That's why you usually see safeties and interior defensive linemen play well for him. He understands how you want to make offenses go. It's like what you said, Dio. He wants you to be methodical because the mistake will come. Vic Fangio is a perfect hire. And not only that, the experience of being a head coach as well, with a young Mike McDaniel in that position as well.
They also don't give you completions. You know, I think there's two different.
Free.
Like, you can force me to play methodical and give soft zone, and I have to dink and dunk. He does it by also forcing you, while also forcing you to take very difficult short completion.
Now that it's official and that Vic Fangio will indeed be the new defensive coordinator for the Miami Dolphins, I felt now would be a good time to answer a lot of the comments and questions I've been getting about Vic Fangio. A lot of people want to know what makes his defense so special. So today, I'm going to tell you. As you've probably heard, Vic Fangio is going to be one of the highest paid coordinators in the NFL. Reportedly, he's going to be getting $4.5 million per year. That's a lot of dead presidents for a coordinator position. So what makes Vic Fangio worth that kind of money? Here's 5 reasons why I think that Vic Fangio will succeed with the Miami Dolphins and why he is indeed worth that kind of money.
Number 1.
Fangio's defense focuses on limiting explosive plays by playing a heavy zone coverage, and he tricks teams into running the ball because they think it's advantageous to do so when it really isn't.
Number 2.
Fangio's defenses don't blitz a lot.
Number 3.
Fangio's idea is to limit explosive pass plays. He wants to force teams to run, and then on third down, he wants to win with an effective pass rush up front. Obviously, this defense is going to be tailor-made for Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips. No excuses this year. Bring it, boys. Feast.
Number 4.
In the past, Fangio has driven offenses crazy by utilizing a lot of post-snap movement. This is in heavy contrast to what Josh Boyer did in Miami, where he did a lot of man-to-man coverage and he blitzed all the time. And Boyer rarely rotated safeties post-snap.
Number 5.
The idea behind Boyer's defense is he wanted to overwhelm the offense with a lot of pressure, while Fangio's defense is just the opposite. He wants to outsmart you. He wants to make the quarterback have to make a decision based upon what he thinks he sees. It's very hard to summarize what Fangio's defenses try to do in a short YouTube video, but this breakdown here might help you.
Okay, so as I look at the Denver Broncos, they like to be in, really, their base is what we call a cover 6 shell. So what that is it's basically a quarters look here. These two guys are playing quarters of the field, and then they have a half look on the backside. They'll roll the safety up over the top, the corner rolls down and plays in the flat. So like to attack them front side. These corner off beaters usually have 1, maybe 2 guys underneath that you can attack the half field with that. Sometimes you can get over the top with these 2 safeties. And then if you're working the backside, you're going to have to work a high-low on one of these underneath defenders with that safety over the top. So add some different nuances, and as a quarterback, you have to see what they're doing. In this particular case, Chargers have their 3 receivers, so it's really the strength. So we normally call cover 6 when they roll this cover 2 shell to the backside. In this particular case, they're rolling it to the front side, something that we would call cover 5, but still the same rules. Half field up top, quarters down low. But this is really where they want to be with their base right here. So trying to get you to hold it as a quarterback, trying to force you to hold the football so that pressure can come there, make you throw the ball down the field. Great job right here by Justin Simmons, cutting this off because the throw has to come so far down the field. But that really becomes their base look. Cover 6, cover 5, quarters to one side, rolling it to the other side. So we'll see it again here. There it is. We're going to roll down here to these 2 receivers, go back, and a quarters look over to this side. So you got to understand what your beaters are against a rolled corner or a soft corner. Here they go. Once again, having you hold the football, and this is something that they like to do as well. Quarters, oftentimes they want this guy to stay inside and this guy outside, and you try to pass things off. One thing you'll see from the Broncos is oftentimes in their quarters looks, this safety will kind of squat here and try to read everything underneath, and this corner will drop back a little bit inside and over the top to take away this middle of the field, which everybody knows is kind of a weak area and can be a weak area in quarters. But with that, once again, we're going to get the quarterback to hold the football. We're going to pass these zones off, and we're going to force them to have to make a play on the move. Did a nice job there. Now they got to come up and make the tackle. Okay, there you go. See it again. Looks like a quarter shell, not really sure what they're going to do. Now we're going to roll back, quarters, playing that cover 5, cover 6 look, depending on which way you're calling the strength. In this case, we would call cover 6. There it is. Holding the football again. Let our pass rushers get after the quarterback, make him throw it down the field, and then make a play just like this, right? Tough throw, up over the top. Got to keep guys in to protect your quarterback, and that's what they want to do. They want you to hold the football, and then they want to get after you. All right, their changeup, they're going to drop into the box. They're going to make it look like, right? It looks like we're going to do that same sort of thing, and then on the snap, or before the snap, we're going to drop our safety down, and we're simply going to play a cover 3 look back behind it. They love their safeties. Both safeties can come down and play in the box. So they love to drop that down, get into a run situation and play their cover 3 off of that. And so that is their change up, making it look like a cover 6, cover 5, and then roll into a cover 3. Here they go again, making it look like it. Looks like could really go either way. They could have rolled that way. This guy back here, or vice versa. They're going to come across, roll this way. Now there's all kinds of different options based on what a defense or what an offense does. Now we're going to drop down to that cover 3 again, making your quarterback think. Get the ball out of your hands quickly. Now let's rally up and make the tackle. But those are really their base zone coverages that roll with the quarters on the other side and then drop it into cover 3. See it again here. Dropping late to cover 3. Safety dropping down, chasing the flat there, but giving you a look where you're thinking to yourself, okay, backer's tucked in here. Could be that cover 6, going to have a chance out here in the flat against that coverage. Now they roll down. They get us to hesitate. That hesitation leads to another incomplete pass. So change-ups, keeping you off balance defensively is where they're really good. Then off of that, they love to play man-to-man coverage. And they love to play, we call man cop or man robber. So that simply means robber is when a safety's dropping into the middle and kind of robbing the middle. Cop will be if they have a linebacker position guy that drops into that middle and kind of robs and reads the quarterback. It's called robbers. I don't know why, cops and robbers. Robbers with the safety. Cop with the linebacker. Trying to steal something in the middle of the field. So you see it right there, outside leverage man, jump to the outside, jump to the outside, jump to the outside. Why? Because we know we've got help inside with that robber. And so that becomes their changeup. Like to play man, like to leave that extra guy down there. Again, they don't have to add a bunch of guys to the pass rush because they believe they've got good pass rushers. So they're going to play some tight man against you and give you some looks there. Here we go again. Looks like we are going to play some sort of man-to-man, maybe a 2-man. You're going to see it at the end. Looking like the same thing, man, robber into this situation. Now we're going to change that up. This guy, instead of man, he's going to come on the blitz. We're going to drop down and play man right there, and we're going to play just one free. Now we're able to bring that 5th guy. Now we're able to create some pressure off the edge and force a quicker throw. So those are their changeup. Makes things look the same, and then change it up and bring that pressure every once in a while. So as a quarterback, you really got to be aware of what they're doing Now we're back once again. Here, drop into that robber position on the backside. Another different look, playing outside leverage, forcing the man-to-man, but you see, all those different looks could be coming down to play man and to bring pressure like the last one. Now he's dropping down and he's going to come to the middle and read the middle. So one robber, something that they like to do, and a nice change-up for them because, again, they have great confidence in their safeties being able to do things.
Fangio's arrival in Miami is going to require a number of personnel changes. That might be the one shaky thing about his first year at Miami, is making sure he's got the right people in place to perform and execute his schemes. The Dolphins committed to Josh Boyer's scheme, so we're not really sure if we have the people in place to execute for Vic Fangio. And in that regard, we don't know if the transformation is going to take place overnight or we're going to take some time to acquire the right players. Fangio has proven without a doubt that his ability to scheme a defense is the differentiator between his defenses and other NFL defenses. This past season showed us that Josh Boyer's defense had vulnerabilities. Offenses figured out that he was going to leave guys man-to-man, he's going to blitz a lot, and leave the flats wide open. That left the Miami Dolphins extremely vulnerable to the dink and dunk type offense. It's hard to believe that in the preseason, all the pundits were making fun of Tua Tagovailoa and calling him a dink and dunker. Meanwhile, that's what people use to beat the Miami Dolphins. I guess the dink and dunk is now a viable offensive strategy. Go figure. But I digress. We all know now that Miami's blitz-happy approach under Josh Boyer was an exploitable vulnerability. It put the hobbled Miami Dolphins secondary in a really, really bad situation. Obviously, guys like Javon Holland and Xavier Howard have got to be really pumped about playing under Vic Fangio's defense with all his scheming and disguises. You may be wondering about something I said earlier when I said that Vic Fangio might be worth the $4.5 million per year that the Dolphins are paying him. That's because we're going to have to see. All of us are going to be optimistic with the opening of camp. However, the proof has to come quickly. The Dolphins have one of the toughest, absolutely toughest schedules in the league in 2023. So let me know what you think about Vic Fangio's defense, and can the Dolphins get the right personnel to execute it? Talk to you soon. Fins up.
Is anybody catching on to this Barry guy?